We have carried a very extensive public participation on the finance bill of 2026. And yesterday we did second reading and now preparing to do committee of the whole house and the third reading. We want to thank all the members of the public that came before the Committee of Finance and National Planning and submitted more than 100,000 submissions, whose concordium we have compiled here, and which we have given individual reply to all those Kenyans that gave their views on why we accepted their views and why some of them were rejected and what we propose for future amendments. For the matters that are in public debates, one, on the issue of mobile phones. Yes, there are so many phones that in the market that have not been paid for taxes. Yes, the proposal in the bill would have led to a reduction on the tax paid on phones, but we disagree with the National Treasury on payment of tax upon activation. So the status quo on how phones are charged tax remains, and we urge now that there will be systems in place to make sure that that mobile phones that are imported in the country without paying the required taxes, they administratively find a way of capturing those instead of burdening the taxpayer with extra responsibilities. Number two, on the issue of Mitumba, we have had extensive public participation, and we want to guarantee the members of the public that there is no any imposed taxation on Mitumba. So ignore all the propaganda or all the misinformation and disinformation that there is added taxation on Mitumba. There is no, in our reports, any increase in taxation for Mitumba. The third matter is on rental income tax. We have heard people say that there is increase in taxation for rental income. We want to guarantee the country there is no any increased taxation on rental income. What is happening now, as currently in the law, any tenant whose landlord is a non-resident person is required to withholding tax and remit to KRA. The complication to that is the tenant may not know whether their landlord is a resident or a non-resident. And therefore, we are changing that burden from the tenant back to the landlord. So it is a non-resident landlord that will be required to pay rental income tax in the same rate that they are paying now. Not changing the rate, the exact same rate that they are paying. They're paying now. I think it was very important that we clarify those three matters so that Kenyans are not lost into all these sideshows and all these innuendos and all these propagandas and all of this disinformation and misinformation. And even our members of opposition who are trying, and you saw that yesterday in the debate, when we challenge them to tell us, show us that clause in the bill that you're referring to. None of them was able to tell us which clause they were referring to. So tafadhali, msibebwe, msikubali kudanganyika, msikubali kudanganywa. Kama mtu anakuambia hicho kipengele kiko, wacha akueleze kipengele hicho kiko. Nataka kuhakikishia kwamba nikirudia ile tax ambayo inalipwa kwa simu, hakuna mabadiliko ambayo ifanyike. Maneno ya tax ya rental income, hakuna ambapo ile mabadiliko tunasema ni kwamba hapa katika sheria ambayo iko saizi ni yule ambaye ana mkodishaji ambaye anakodisha kutoka non-resident, ni yeye alikuwa anafaa withhold tax na kuremit kwa KRA. Sasa tumetoa hiyo responsibility kwa tenant, tumerudisha kwa landlord kwa sababu landlord ndiye mwenye nyumba na hakuna rate ambayo imebadilika hiyo. Baada ya kukuwa na discussion na watu wa Mitumba na Wakenya wote, tumekubaliana ya kwamba hakuna mabadiliko yatafanywa kwa kodi ambayo inalipwa kwa Mitumba. Asante sana.